Right, go on, what you got?
Okay, well, I'll go for
Make
mine.
us all spooky.
It's not that spooky. I actually thought, I'm going to do... I stepped up to the challenge a little bit. I don't know if it already might be a horror film, because I don't watch many.
Right, go on.
Okay. I was this one, wasn't I?
All Chunk's done is copied the synopsis to The Conjuring.
Yeah. Right. A young... no, hold on. A young woman battling with mental health after the murder of her sister, holding down 2 jobs and caring for a child, she begins to hear a voice in her head. No, hold on a minute. Did I say that the sister was murdered? Did I say that?
Just start again.
Shit. I'm going to end up giving away the twist at this rate.
He looks after kids. He's got a voice in her.
A young woman battling with mental health after the murder of her sister, holding down 2 jobs and caring for a child, she begins to hear a voice in her head that tells her that something isn't right about her sister's passing. She begins to look for answers. After no luck with the police investigation, she begins to chase her own leads, dragging her 4-year-old boy along for the ride. Upon visiting her sister's house and looking through her stuff for clues, she finds a stack of love letters from a woman named only as Mrs. B.
Ooh.
After reading through the letters, it slowly becomes apparent to the woman that these letters are from a stalker. I think is that the sound bit gone? Shit.
Just do it again.
Shit.
From a stalker.
These letters are from a stalker. So she sets about trying to track down the elusive Mrs. B, following a breadcrumb trail of dead bodies and more stalker letters to each victim. Eventually she cracks the pattern of the murderous Mrs. B and sets about trying to catch her in the act, to take the law into her own hands.
Ooh.
Upon arrival to the house that she knows will be targeted next, she finds the door already ajar and steadily walks in. Quietly she heads through the hallway, into the kitchen, up the stairs and into the bedroom. There she finds the body of who she thought was going to be the next victim, already dead. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Major machine.
Already dead.
She starts to panic and rushes to leave. As she does, she bangs straight into a hooded figure. It's Mrs. B. She screams and backs up into the bedroom, falling over the victim's body.
Blasts her in the face with a shotgun.
No. I've got a couple more paragraphs.
Sorry, go on. Suspense.
Yeah.
I ain't fucking about here, boy.
Yeah.
Bang!
She didn't have a gun.
If he was hunting a murderer, he should do.
She screams and backs out. Right, serious. Right.
You didn't interrupt his poem.
Sorry, I do apologise.
She screams and backs. The bed's going to run out again. Right, I'll start again. There we go. She screams and backs up into the bedroom, falling over the victim's body and onto the bed. Mrs. B leaps onto the bed on top of her. She screams louder as Mrs. B pulls out a large kitchen knife and begins to slash her into pieces, eventually slicing her throat and cutting off her head.
Ooh.
The young woman we have been following is left in pieces on the bed in a pool of her own blood as Mrs. B leaves the room and the house. Mrs. B then walks out of the house and into the woman's car and drives away. As she's driving away, she takes down her hood, and it's the young woman we have been following all along.
What?
Oh.
So she kills herself,
Credits
and it's
roll.
actually her.
Credits roll, and then there's an end credits scene. The young woman is seen young woman is seen at her house in a front room, still covered in blood, sat in silence in a front room. I've already said in front room. Her child starts to cry and shouts, "Mummy," from upstairs. She sighs, gets up, collects a knife from the kitchen counter, and begins to walk up the stairs as the camera fades out.
Oh,
Mad things.
You'd love to get the willies, Bryn.
Yeah, Bryn just said, just for the record, I didn't have his mic up, but Bryn just said he gave him the willies, and Jack said
You'd love to get the willies.
He loves the willies.
That was quite good, I like
So
that.
it's like a psychological type jobber.
So the idea of it would be.
If it makes you feel better, mine is quite similar, and I've gone down the serious approach.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's a similar storyline.
No, but similar kind of setup.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
It's like I talk through the trailer kind of thing.
Yeah. So that's more the whole film.
I was going to say, if that's a synopsis or trailer, don't watch the film.
No,
Because you've just seen it.
But the idea of the film is that she suffers with mental health. Like, because I'm an arty guy, I'd have a lot of like arty things going on in the film.
Yeah.
Where she's like finding stuff and going, oh, what's this mean? What's that mean? And basically what it is she's got some sort of personality disorder or whatever. She's the stalker of these victims.
Yeah, I watched The Joker
It's a bit
recently.
like Shutter Island.
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably, like I say, it's most likely a synopsis.
I watched The
another
Joker
film.
recently, and it sounds kind of like a similar to that, because there's loads of stuff in that happens that doesn't actually happen, and then you don't know if it has actually happened or if any of it's real.
Yeah.
That's quite good.
I like it.
I like that.
Yeah. I haven't really got time. I was thinking of like Catfish, because I like the idea that like the letters are from her as like a lover or whatever, but actually she's a murderer. But she doesn't know throughout the film that it's her. And then she ends up like killing herself, and that's like the death of her.
So it's like she's
previous self,
not aware of the other personality.
Yeah,
to herself.
and then like the end, like the symbolisation of is that a word?
Yeah.
Symbolism at the end is that the evil person has taken over completely. She's a fully fledged serial killer.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah?
That's creepy,
that's
man. I like that.
scary.
I like psychological stuff, right? I wouldn't.
Makes
For me,
you
I wouldn't
think.
have a lot of death in it. I wouldn't have like a lot of like slashery stuff. I'd just have like a lot of creepy.
A lot of
stuff.
like a big long build of suspense and
I
weird
like it
shit
because you
happening.
can when you're dealing with horror stuff and when it's like in your own head, it's like nobody can save you from yourself.
Yeah.
And you can't get away from the demons that are within your brain.
Yeah.
So it's like, it could happen to anyone. You could crack and all
Yeah.
that.
So sorry to sort of ruin the tone of this Halloween scary special from your
By being scary.
from your
you
top
prick.
Why is
Tom
everyone
Ford.
thinking this ain't scary, man? You need food to live.
And you can't afford it.
Do you think Catfish would be good?
I think catfish would be good.
Some
Something like
sort
that.
of like, you know,
Face
Yeah.
off.
So don't. But then I think that kind of gives away the twist a little bit. Or don't know. I can't really think about what.
Demons.
What's that, Bryn?
Empire Strikes Back.
Oh yeah.
Bryn, you need to stop with these jokes. Just for the record, we've been recording for a little while tonight, and Bryn has made about 6 jokes, and we've gone. Pardon?
The jokes that he's made bear no relevance to what's going on
No.
at all.
Bless him. He's having a good day, and we're just getting his vibe. Sorry, Bryn.
I always have a good day until I turn out to be
Sorry, mate.
I've got makeup in my eye.
Right. So yeah, we'll go with Catfish as the title. I think that's
Nice.
because people will think that I suppose if you knew it, you'd think that the stalker was a catfish.
And then the second one could be Catfish 2, The Return of Catfish.
Yeah.
Or Catfish 2, Into the Depths.
Yes.
Something fishy related.
Yeah.
Welcome to Utopia. Please make yourself at home.
It's the only place on earth where you can bitch and moan.
There's something here for everyone to make you feel quite great.
Just as long as we've already let it through our gates.
This is our dreamland. This is Utopia. Yet another little podcast for you. This is our dreamland. This is Utopia. It's where we discuss the little things and make them better for you.